Hey, it's Dean. I'm your multi-genre music man, and I'm back again with another video. This is part 2 of the Gail murder. Um, this is the second video of the lady, not Tracy, but the other girl who was involved. It was, I believe, the sister of the guy that was in the first one. This is her video. I believe the only other video they have is of Tracy, and hers is a two-part video, which I'm going to do last. But here's the video of the second girl. I don't know her name. It just says successful police interrogation and confession in Macon, Georgia, interview by Courtney Kelly, USA. But I don't know. Well, let's find out. Here we go.
If I'm wrong, so you're basically what you're telling me is that I didn't participate in the conversations about holding the lady up, but I knew that if you guys hold this lady up, my job over here is going to be to go and get the passport so we can get out of Dodge.
Greetings, welcome to the Crime Circus cult. My name's Drip Drop and I'm your host. This is my 4th installment in this multi-part series based out of Georgia for the death of Gail. I proudly present to you another jaw-dropping, interesting, educational, and entertaining interrogation video for the case that involved the theft of nearly $2 million and the murder plot involving these 4 dimwits. Make sure you check out the first 3 videos I've presented in this series for more content and more context. The first video is Michael Brett Kelly, an 18-year-old. He was dating the 38-year-old Tracy Jones. Tracy Jones takes up part 2 and 3 in the series, and you certainly don't want to miss at least part 3. That's when they really turn up the heat on Tracy Jones. But this whole series is interesting because part 2 is when they first spoke to Tracy. And when you know the suspect's lying, it gets interesting to see their body movements, their behavior, psychological analysis. Anyways, this is no JCS style, so I won't be analyzing, but you, the viewer, you will. And you can feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this person. This is Courtney Kelly, Michael Brett Kelly's sister. You could say this was a family affair. Anyways, we're gonna get to hear what Michael Brett Kelly's sister has to say for herself inside this interrogation room. Also, for those of you that have seen Michael Brett Kelly's interrogation, what do you think about his parents? Do you think his mom and dad knew about this plot? Do you think that they knew their children were potentially attempting to steal nearly $2 million and flee the country with their passports? Mom sounded a bit suspect. Dad didn't seem too shocked. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. Anyways, let's jump right into this and see what Courtney has to say for herself.
Tired? A little? Okay, all right. Well, I'm Detective Shirley. And you are? Courtney who? Yeah. Can you speak up a little bit, honey? I've got trouble hearing, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you already know why you're down here. All right. Well, when they picked you up, you asked when they told you, right? Okay. So before I talk to you any further, this is something I want to do, just let you know this is, your Miranda rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent.
Redacted for some
This time
reason.
about what you know. Because we already know. So you want to talk? You want to talk to me about what you know, Courtney?
Sorry, hit the wrong button. Trying to get it back.
I need a yes or no out of your mouth.
Yes.
Yes? Speak up for me. Yes? Okay. All right, well, all right, go ahead and start. Tell me what you know.
I don't know anything about the Bible.
What do you
And
know,
that's what
sir?
I'm,
Well, let me put in better words, okay? Explain to me what you know about what happened to the lady. Her name was Gail Spencer. She was 58 years old.
See, I don't even know. I don't even know anything about it. That's why I don't understand.
All right. What was the plan? There was a plan that was hashed. Your name's already been thrown in there, baby, so we already know that, okay?
That's fine.
All right.
No, I understand that, but I don't know anything about the murder. And when I was told
Mhm.
about that,
Right.
I didn't believe it. I just laughed and said, no, you did not. You know, I did not believe any of that.
But who told you something? Because you said when you were told. Who told you? You trying to think? Who told you? Because we already, I mean, like I said, we've already talked. You're not ratting anybody out, Courtney, so who told you? Right?
Maybe I should just wait. I don't know.
So we already know, okay? Nobody said that you murdered anyone, just want to let you know, okay? Look at me, Courtney. You understand, huh? Okay? But, you know, you got yourself involved in something you didn't know was going to go that far. Is that a safe assumption? Right?
Yes.
Right? See, that's where I'm going. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find out where you're at in this, okay? So that's why I need you to talk to me, honey. Okay? All right. So tell me, like, how you ended up getting involved with Brett, Tracy, and all this other group, okay?
Just said okay.
Well, you got to be a little more detailed, Court.
I mean, I was asked if I would be willing just to leave everything behind and go.
Go where?
Mhm.
So therefore, you had to go and do what? Get a passport? Is that what you said? Okay. Did you get one? When did you get it? Okay. All right. But you guys had to get, huh? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, who asked you? Said they asked me to. You're willing to go what? You're willing to leave everything. Who asked you?
So I couldn't hear you. Courtney, I couldn't hear you.
My brother.
What's your brother's name? Talking about Brett? Okay, so Brett asked you.
Do you know about when that was? It was like a week ago, week and a half ago? 5 days ago, middle of the week? Just a guesstimate. About a week ago? Okay. And what did he tell you had to do? What was the agreement? How did he approach you? Like, did he just say, hey, you want to go somewhere? And then how did he entice you to say yes?
At first, I was like, okay, but I mean, I didn't have anything going for me. I was driven mentally insane from my ex.
Well, but you knew there had to be some money. You needed money to get out of town. To leave, right, Courtney? Courtney,
Yeah.
look at me when I talk to you.
yeah.
Okay, Courtney, so
But,
you knew there had to
I
be
mean-
money.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys knew you had to get some money, right?
I guess. I mean, yeah. I
And
was just.
Brett told you,
What?
did Brett tell you there was a way to get some money or something? I don't know, you tell me.
No, I mean they didn't really talk to me about much. They just really said, you know, here's, you know, here's an offer, you know, if you want to do it, whatever. I didn't believe him. I didn't think it was real.
What didn't you believe?
Yeah, what didn't you believe?
The whole,
The whole what? Just put it out here, right here.
the plan.
The plan.
I mean,
What was the
I
plan?
just-
What was the plan, Court?
There wasn't really a
It's there. You're holding it back.
plan, I guess. I mean,
Well, what did they say that they were that was going to happen?
going, like,
It's there. Come on.
getting this money and leaving.
Okay, where were you going to get the money from? You know they told you where they were going to get the money from.
Let me ask you this.
Just don't know. I
You-
should get it.
Do you know why you're down here?
I just know for murder.
Okay.
But in my,
But-
I know.
What do you think would lead us to you? Keep in mind, Tracy and Brett have both been down here today,
Right,
all day.
right. Well, I don't know.
And you know where they're at now?
I assume
They're in jail.
They're in jail. Okay, so we've already spoken.
What do
with
you think led us to you? You think we just knew that? Somebody's got to tell us. They've already put it out there.
Right.
So all we're trying to do, we got no reason, we have nothing to gain by trying to trick you. Okay? The warrant's already there for that. All we're trying to figure out is your involvement in the whole thing. Okay? I know you didn't do what he did.
No.
And that's,
Okay.
that's
All we
for
want to know
real, though.
is your part. Who told you what, how much, what you had to do to get it, and what the plan was. That's all we want to know.
So here's the thing, Courtney, okay? Here's the thing. Now, they've already come down here and told their side of the story, right?
Right.
Okay. Look at me. I want you to make sure that you understand me. They've already come down here and said, and they've already put you in it. They said Courtney, right? Now, here's the deal. You don't know, okay, that how much they said Courtney did.
I like his style of prosecuting people. He likes to walk around the room, make sure they're watching him, and he's standing up to make sure they got he's got their attention and stuff. It's a good way of working.
This and Courtney that and Courtney this and Courtney that. I already had the warrant out for your arrest. I could have said, pick her up, take her straight down to the jail. But I'm not doing that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to afford you the opportunity to come down here and maybe clarify some things that are wrong, right? Because they can sit here. If I don't have your statement, they can sit right here and say, Courtney did this and Courtney.
And I don't know why I can't get this out of my head, but if anybody knows who Todd Christie is, I think this guy acts just like him. His voice sounds like him, and he acts like him and everything. It's kind of funny.
Courtney did that and Courtney did this and Courtney did that. I suppose you come down and say, all right, listen, whoa, okay, hold up. Look, I know what happened. This is how everything went down that I was involved in. Now, I don't know what they did, but this is what my involvement is, okay, and settling it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm affording you that opportunity. All right? So, you want to tell me everything that you know. Let's get it out here on the table, okay? Now go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just that hard.
I know, but and I know.
It's still hard to. Like I said, I was come out, asked, and I agreed.
Okay, but you were coming and asked about what?
And about if I would wanna if I would give everything up for $1 million.
Okay.
Or if, well, I mean, he said, you know, you don't have anything going for you already or whatever, you know, or you have nothing here to leave, right? Or, you know, and
You're talking about Brett.
right.
Okay.
And, you know, then he had told me about their idea or what they were thinking about doing.
And that was?
Getting the money and leaving.
Getting the money from who?
I really don't know from who.
You just knew they were getting that, and you say they, and you mean who? Who's in that? Brett and Tracy?
Interest. But I don't know. I don't know where it was coming from. You know how they were getting it, or where the money was coming from. I just knew that.
But you knew about a plan. Courtney, you knew about a plan that they were going to have to go over here to this lady's house. You knew about that already.
No, that was threw out there as an idea. There was so many ideas that were thrown out there that they were talking about, and I would always just be sitting there or riding in the back of the car or anything like that, and it was just kind of thrown out there.
So
there were so many things, jokingly and
right. The idea of going over to this lady's house, right, and doing what? What was part of that idea?
To go over there and hold her up. That's all I knew that was going to happen.
And do you know who this lady was?
No.
But you knew it was an employee of where Tracy works?
Yes.
You did know that?
Yeah. She was the manager or something. That's all I know. I don't know what she looks like or nothing.
Right.
I mean, I don't know where she lives. Nothing at all about her.
So then what else? I mean, you knew that, or did you know that that Friday was when everything was going to take place, right? Just this past Friday, huh?
I knew that, well, yes, that's when, yeah.
Right, you knew it was going to take place Friday.
Right.
Where were you at?
At the house.
Whose house?
Tracy.
You were at Tracy's house? You were there Friday? Right?
Yes. And I left. I had to get up. Well, Friday, I took her to work and
Took who?
Tracy to work. And then I went back to the house. Or no, I didn't even have time to go back to the house because I had to take a friend home.
What friend home?
Well, just a friend who had stayed overnight.
What was that friend's name?
It's no involvement at all.
I just like to still know the name. Was it a white guy, black guy?
White, but he has no involvement in it.
Well, it's damn.
Well, as far as I know, but
So what's his name, sweetie?
He helps check your story out, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And we're not going to go arrest him
Right.
just because he was at Tracy's house.
So who was it?
I just don't want to really involve anybody. You know, who's not involved. But I had to give him a ride home, and he lived in Dublin, so I had to go from her work all the way to Dublin, and I went straight to. I know I went straight back to making.
Okay. So you went up to Atlanta and got the passport? Picked up the passports. Did you pick up everybody's passport? Who all got a passport? You, Tracy, and Brett?
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you sure that was Friday and not another day? Because I got information that you guys went Thursday.
Thursday we went and applied for them.
Thursday you went and applied for them. You went and got
Yes.
them Friday.
Right, because there was something wrong with Tracy's and they needed more information. So I had to take more information out there, and Brett was gonna go get them, but then they decided that I would.
Okay. Now, what time did you take Tracy to work Friday morning?
What time was it? She was okay. It was about 6:30. I'm not a for sure time about that. I'm not.
Did Tracy? Did
It
you
could've
go
been-
anywhere with Tracy and Brett that morning?
No.
Did they left the house before all this other?
Yes, early.
All right. And where were they going?
I have no idea. I just remember.
You knew that? Did you know they were going over to that lady's house then?
No.
But you knew it was going down Friday.
Right, but I didn't know that she was taking them over there. I didn't know any of that.
And taking
until-
them to who?
Well, taking him. I mean, and
I already know
Dominic-
there was.
did
I know
Dominic
that.
to
But
school.
we already know there was another person.
I didn't know he was writing though. I didn't
Who
know
is he?
anything.
Who is this
about
guy?
it. I don't know who he is. I don't know at all. I just know it was.
Can you describe him?
He was black. That's all.
Black guy.
Yeah, that's all I know. Is he was
So he
black.
rode over with Brett and Tracy. Or he left.
I
he
don't-
left.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
He left with Brett and Tracy.
I'm guessing so. I don't know if he left actually with them or what. I do not know because I know I woke up and no, because she said that she was getting up at 5:30, but they didn't. No, it was 6 o'clock when I woke up. So it was later when me and Tracy left. Maybe about 8.
So-
Makes a little more sense.
So when did
Because they
you
woke
woke up
up
at
late.
6?
They woke up like, yes, I woke up from the alarm going off. And I had seen Brett up. He had came out there in the living room and then he went back to the bedroom. And I fell back asleep and didn't wake back up. And when I did wake back up though, she was back.
She was already back. She was by herself now, right?
Well, I didn't know that she took them either. I didn't know that she left with them or nothing. When I woke up, I was wondering, and and she came inside, and later on, I had asked her. So
You'd ask her what?
if she had took them, if she had gave them a ride or whatever.
Or
So when you got up and around, they were all three already gone? You don't know if they all left together or not.
Right.
That's what you
Because
said.
I didn't actually. Yeah.
Okay.
When I actually
And
woke
she
up.
got back, you all had a conversation, and you asked her. How did that come about?
If she took them, I didn't ask her that
When you
until
say-
later on in the day.
And then when you say that you asked her, did she take them? You meant, did she take them over to that lady's house for the robbery? Or the holdup, as you said? That's what you meant? I need to clarify that.
If they took them over there, yeah, if she took them over there to the lady's house to hold her up.
Mm-hmm. And what did
I don't know
Tracy
what you
say?
mean by robbery.
No, well, you're saying hold her up, so that's
That's
just a term, okay.
But I don't know what went on over there, only from what, they had told me.
What did they
And
tell
I
you,
didn't,
Courtney? What did they tell you?
that she went to the door, said she was broke down. She went inside, left the door unlocked. They went in. She was in the kitchen doing something. She said the lady had went off to her room to finish getting ready. And they came in and went in the bedroom, shut the door. And she walked out. She left.
Tracy left. And left Brett and this other fella in there.
Yes.
All right. And then what else?
That was it. And then I was told, because Tracy said, what do you want to, tell her what happened?
Talking to who? Brett? And then they told you, didn't they, boy? They told you what?
Murder.
That they murdered her, right?
Yeah. And I didn't believe them. I said, you're right. I was like, you wouldn't do that. You're kidding and everything. Just laughed at him. Because I thought, I didn't believe that. The whole entire time, I thought that, I didn't even think he was over there at the house. I didn't think any of that.
You guys had already.
I thought that I was, that I had been followed by him to Macon and everything, and been being watched by my brother. I didn't believe any of that.
Well, whose money do you think you're spending?
I don't know.
But you sure are not spending it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand that.
And you guys have been talking about, you say in a joking manner, about going over and holding this lady up.
Right. And I thought it was because of a lot of the things that were said and the stuff that was going on, and then
What a lot of stuff that was said.
just different things.
I need you to elaborate, honey, because I don't know. I wasn't there.
Just like different things for them to do to be able to, for her to be able to transfer the money for her
Right.
and
Like,
just so she wouldn't be there at work that day.
and when you say so she wouldn't be there at work, you referring to this lady?
Right.
Did they ever tell you her name?
No.
Okay. But you just knew it was the lady that worked with Tracy?
Right.
Okay.
I think where we're getting a little confused is your term you're using is hold up.
Well, that's what I was
Understand.
told. Just hold her, hold her there.
Okay, that's
I got you.
different. When we hear the term hold up, we think of robbery.
Right.
Oh no,
See what I'm saying?
just hold her there. Keep her at her house all day.
Keep her in her
Okay.
house all day. That's the impression
That's
you're
right.
under.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, just to hold up, right? Just gonna hold her there.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Not
that's
a
good.
robbery or nothing. I don't.
No, it was just supposed to hold her there.
Just a kidnap. So
That's all it was gonna be, right?
just keep her there,
Just gonna hold her there, right?
like she's in prison.
So that you guys had already talked about that.
Well, that's it. No, I didn't.
That's one of the
really ever
plans you heard.
conversate. Yes, I didn't ever really conversate with them, and that's one thing that started scaring me and worrying me.
But you were there.
Because, not all the time.
No,
though,
not all the time, but
and-
you were there through some of these conversations.
Right. That yes.
And you partook
And-
in these conversations.
No. I just listened.
You just
But
listened.
the first conversation when I was asked if I would do it, and we kind of, talked about it or whatever, and I said, okay, that was it. other than that, I just heard what was going on and just kind of listened while they were talking about
And
it.
the only thing that you said was like, look, all right, and correct me if I'm wrong. So you're basically what you're telling me is that I didn't participate in the conversations about holding the lady up, but I knew that if you guys hold this lady up, my job over here is going to be to go and get the passport so we can get the hell out of Dodge.
Well, no, I mean, I had to do that either way, no matter
What do you
what they
mean?
were doing. I had to go get the passports.
So
It didn't matter what they were doing.
I'm not following you.
Like, whatever.
But you were getting the passport so that after this thing went down, then you guys could leave town.
Well,
Leave the
not.
country.
No, not after that. No,
What do you mean?
no. I mean, it was just for whenever the money was gotten.
That's what I just said.
Yes.
Once the money was gotten, you knew you had to go get the passports to have them ready so that when the money was gotten, that y'all could leave the country.
Right, but we didn't need them right then or that
The
day.
passport?
Or
No, I
anything.
didn't say that.
Right. Right. But I didn't know anything. You know, it was just the passports was just a part of getting the money and going and out of the United States to live because of the money.
Because of the money.
Right.
But why did you think that you knew? Why did you think you had to leave and go out to the States once y'all got the money?
Because my name and everything, I wouldn't be able to live here.
Because of, because of how you guys were gonna get the money, right?
Well, I mean, because it was it was a wire transfer,
Right.
and that was it.
And a wire transfer, you knew they'd be able to track. So you knew what I'm saying.
No, I mean, I didn't.
All right, let me explain to you this. You knew that if you guys did this with the money, that y'all were gonna have to leave the country because you knew that it was wrong what you were doing. How about that? Okay, beautiful. Okay.
I mean,
It's not like you guys were getting some money from a lottery winning to go out the country. You knew what you were getting was wrong, and you knew.
Right, I mean,
you knew that one of the plans was to go over to, and her name is Gail Spencer, by the way. Okay. All right. Was to go over to Tracy's, the lady that Tracy works with, Gail Spencer, and was to hold her up so that she wouldn't, so y'all can get the money. Is that correct? 'Cause that's what you said here and told us. So that was one of the plans discussed, right?
right.
Okay.
So, okay. So, I'll just start from the beginning and put it all together.
Okay.
Instead of scattered.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Plan was, and like I said, I did not believe the whole part of, well, I really didn't believe any of it, but it was going, it just sounded too much for it to be, for them to, really take part. To go, okay. Supposedly, they were gonna leave that night or whatever, go over there, scope it out, and go in the morning. Well, over there. And they were just gonna knock on the door, I guess, to be let in. Or, Tracy said that she goes out and waters her lawn at a certain time in the morning before she leaves, and so they thought maybe they could just walk in then. And they never left that night. Because when I fell asleep, they were still there. So, and they were both already asleep. Everybody wasn't. And when I fell asleep. So, In the morning, like I said, they didn't wake up. She said she was going to be getting up about 5:30. She had some things to do.
Who you
That's
referring
what
to?
she told her friend, Tracy. That's what she told her friend.
What friend?
The guy who I took home to Dublin. Just stayed. Eric.
Eric? Okay.
So, he was still, he had asked if I would give him a ride home. Okay, let me go back, sorry. Alright, so Tracy and them were already asleep. She said she, but she told me she had to be up at 5:30 to do some things. She told me and him that or whatever. And, they didn't wake up at 5:30 because I had woke up to the alarm going off then. And about 6 is when I woke up again to Brett walking around the house. Or, he had just woke up and then I fell back asleep. When I woke up again, they were gone. And then Tracy shows up and I throw on some clothes real fast so we can go. And Eric had asked if I would give him a ride home. She said, I don't know, you'll have to ask Courtney or whatever because she's taking me to work. Or he had asked her. So I said yes. And we took Tracy to work. We stopped by McDonald's on the way there. And then on our way back, I took him home. Took him straight home, and then I came back to Macon, went to the bank.
What did you do at the bank?
Had to open an account.
So this is what we want to get to right here. Okay. Which bank did you go to? You know? Bank of America, BB&T.
I think I went to Bank of America first. Or no, which one? Because I know I had to go, okay, I had to go
Take your time.
to the mall. Which one is on, not Mercer,
Eisenhower?
Eisenhower. That's what, America. BB&T? Or
I'm not sure. There's a Bank of America next to the mall on
Yeah,
Bloomfield,
they're both
and it's by Burger King.
on Black Launches.
So did you go to one and then the other?
Yeah, but I had to come. I went to one first, and I think the one that I went to first was BB&T because I just did a savings account, and then I had to come back to over here on Hartley Bridge, Hartley Bridge to go to State Bank to pay on my checking account there that was closed off. I had to pay on that so I could open up a checking account, and I think that's when I went to State Bank.
So you go to State Bank first?
Not State Bank,
BB&T.
Bank of America.
So, okay, I'm sorry, I lost my track there for a second. Which one did you say you went to first?
She really wants to help. Eisenhower.
Bank of America, was that the first one?
Well, let's do this.
I can't remember because but I know I went to Eisenhower first.
All right,
And
let's do this. All right, I understand it's hard to recall what you were doing that day, okay? Because I'm just not telling what you did this week. Let's just do one bank at a time, okay? You went to, let's say, when you went to Bank of America, What'd you do there?
Open a checking account.
You went to Bank of America and you opened a checking account. Is that the only account you opened?
Yes.
Did you have to make any kind of deposit into that account at that time to open it? Do you remember?
Yes, I think it was $25.
So you had to make a deposit.
Where'd you get the money from?
From Tracy.
Tracy was having you go to these banks or no?
Yes.
Tracy was having you go. Okay, just one.
Okay, so is that all you did at Bank of America that you can remember?
Yes.
Okay, and then when you went to BB&T, we'll assume it was next, or it could have been vice versa. It's okay. You went to BB&T, right?
Uh,
And what did you do there?
okay,
So you got a savings account there. Now this is Tracy told you which banks to go to? And just one savings account? And did you have to put any money in there?
yes. Maybe.
Let me ask you this.
I know it wasn't.
Well, yeah, I know it's not going to be much,
No.
10
Yeah.
to $25, something like that. They just want some kind of faith that you're going to use their bank.
Right.
Let me ask you this: what kind of documentation did they give you when you opened these accounts? Did they give you a card, account numbers, things like that?
Account.
They gave you an account number.
Where did they give it to you, like a little card or something?
You
Where-
still have it.
I gave all that to her.
I figured that.
And,
Okay.
But what I do have is the check from Bank of America that they gave me or whatever. And-
Temporary checks? Did you give those?
Yeah, and then I had some of the places I had extra cards from them giving me one, and then also one being in the pamphlet or whatever.
Like a check card or something like
No,
that?
just
Credit
a
card?
business card.
Oh, business.
And so I had if I found the account number on the anything that I had in the pamphlet that I did not give her, I wrote it down on there.
Okay. When you went to Bank of America, did they give you like a temporary bank card? Like a ATM card type thing?
Yeah.
Check card?
Do you have those?
I know you had that.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I only got one.
That's
I only
fine.
have one temporary.
And is that from Bank of America?
Bank of America, yes. I have that.
Where is that?
It's in my wallet.
Where's your wallet?
Like,
Okay, so and then you go to another bank? That's BB&T and Bank of America. What's the other bank?
I went to State Bank to pay on my account there. That had been closed in 2009.
So you were just trying to make everything even with them?
Well, I had to in order to open a checkings account.
Okay, I got you.
And that's why I think I went to BB&T first. Because I had asked them about it there, and they said that the State Bank pulled up and everything. And so I just opened up a savings account. And I told her, and she said, well, just take what money you have now and shoot over there, pay for that and everything, and then go to State Bank.
Okay, so you go to State Bank and you owe them money from a past
Well, I
account.
mean, Bank of
I understand. I'm following you.
America.
So you go to State Bank and you paid on your account. You remember how much you paid on that?
It was like 169, something like that.
Okay, so then you opened up a new account?
No,
Or they
not
just
with, not with them. No, I just paid that off.
Okay, so you did that close your account and put you in good standing with them? And what do you mean?
Yeah, I just told her I wanted to pay it off. That's it.
So you had no more account with them as
No.
far as they were concerned.
Right.
Okay. So you just have now an active account, savings account at BB&T, and a checking account with a check card, temporary check card from Bank of America. That's correct.
Right.
Just those two accounts. Okay. And that was, am I correct? I mean, I'm trying to bounce it off of you to make sure we're getting on the same
Yes.
page.
Yes.
Okay. And then this was at the direction of Tracy. She told you to go to BB&T. She told you to go to Bank of America. And then you, in turn, gave her the copies or information on the accounts, account numbers, name. Are there? I assume they're in your name. Is that correct? Okay.
But
What?
I've been trying to figure out. I feel like, or I can't access anything online for some reason, and there's a email account.
An email?
Well, when I got on my computer, an email, or it was under Google Gmail.
Yeah.
But it was on my computer, and it was under some Gmail account, and it was C Nicole 155, and it had mail on there and stuff from all those or whatever.
But it wasn't your Gmail.
No.
Okay. Who do you think did that?
I mean, I think it's probably Tracy, but I don't.
Well, don't you think it would have to be somebody that had the information?
Yeah.
So it wasn't you,
Right.
wasn't me, wasn't him.
Because when I went
Had
to
to be somebody that had the account numbers.
right, and when I went to the forget password and stuff like that, and I was trying to figure it out, it brought up send to a different email or whatever, and it was this long email address, and then the app whatever, and then the question was my favorite pet's name or whatever, and I put Taffy because that's my dog, and it didn't work. And then it did for her numbers, and it was a number I didn't know.
So she went in and changed everything.
No, I don't think you ever even set it up.
No, you never set it up.
You set up the actual checking account. But she went online. It's not hard to do because I bank with Bank of America. I know exactly how it works.
Well,
Me and my
because
wife
I gave her the password.
have a joint account, but we both have separate logins online because you can set your own up.
Right.
And that's what she did. She went on there and set her own login up. That's why when she was down there, she knew the codes to get in there. We've already seen those accounts.
Yeah, we've already looked at it.
Okay. All right. So you set up the accounts. Where do you want to go?
No.
So you set up the accounts during the daytime after you took Eric to Dublin, went to the mall, paid off your thing at State Bank, opened your accounts, pick up from there. How'd the rest of the day go?
I had to go to Atlanta.
Okay. So you opened the accounts first,
Right.
and then you went to Atlanta to get the passport.
Right, but I had to stop by Tracy's, and I had to go back to the apartment first to pick up the envelope with all her information in it, and then head straight. Well, she told me to come by her work, and I went by her work, and I had to go by her work to give her.
This girl is slow as hell. I've been thinking about the fact that she had $800,000 in a bank account. She already had a warrant out of Atlanta, and she knew she was going to be in trouble for this, and she was still in the country. I don't understand why she was even in the country. Don't worry about the state.
The stuff from the banks, and so all the routing information and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I went by there, and then I headed straight to Atlanta. And when I got to Atlanta, I went up there, got the passport, and I had to wait a little bit just because mine and my brother's were already ready, but they had to process her information and everything.
Did you get pulled over when you were up there?
I did.
You got a ticket? What was the ticket for?
For getting on the HOV
Oh, okay.
only.
Where did that take place at?
You know.
Like, so it was on the interstate?
Well,
Yeah.
I was getting
That should
on.
be like-
I was getting onto the interstate though.
You were getting onto the interstate?
Yeah, and he said I was getting on the HOV.
Who
on
was it
the
that
ramp.
pulled you over?
Two motorcycle guys just on the side.
Atlanta PD or, where's your ticket at?
In my wallet.
In your wallet? Okay. Alright. Anyway, so you went up there to Atlanta, you got the passports, and then what? Keep on going.
Okay, then so I called her to let her know I got them or whatever, because she had told me that I was gonna need to go around some things there. Oh, BB&T is in Atlanta. I went to BB&T in Atlanta because I had to go. What I did, I remember now. What I did was just open up a savings account first. Yeah. No. Now I messed myself up. But BB&T was in Atlanta. That's where I did that because that's where the passport place is. At.
Okay, so you in all likelihood then went to Bank of America first here in Macon.
But I didn't open one up in BB&T. I started to. I never finished.
What do you mean?
Because Tracy called and she had wanted me to go across the street to Bank of America first and withdraw money. And yeah, I didn't go. Yeah, I didn't open an account at BB&T. I started to open an account there. I never finished though. And the lady, her card is in my wallet with her name and everything on it, and it's got some like 3 or 4 numbers written on it that she had wrote on there. Okay, so
You mean like a teller?
I went to, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, at the bank. Okay, so you went to.
I went to SunTrust, not BB&T. I went to SunTrust and opened up a savings account
Where?
in Macon.
Okay.
Before I went to Bank of America.
So the savings account is at SunTrust.
Right.
And you did that one first.
Yes.
It's like SunTrust. Then you went to Bank of America. Is that correct?
Right.
Please, because I'm just
Yes.
writing this over.
Yes,
and over.
I'm sorry. Yes. And then I went to Bank of America, and that's when she told me I was just gonna have to go back to the house and to the apartment, and I went back to State Bank and close that out,
Okay, then you went to State.
and then go to Bank of America and get the account. Because I went to Bank of America twice.
Okay.
So,
So what happened the first time? So you went to SunTrust. Okay, let's. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember all
I
of it.
understand. The point I'm trying to get at, and that he's trying to get at, is Tracy told you open accounts, Bank of America, and SunTrust. Or did she say BB&T?
She told me everywhere to go.
BB&T and SunTrust.
Yes.
But you didn't finish for whatever reason at BB&T.
Because she had called and she asked me where I was at. I said, well, I'm in BB&T opening an account, a checking account. And she said, well, were you able to get it? And I said, get what? And she said, withdraw the money. And I said, well, I didn't go over there yet. And she she said, well, I told you to let me know, you know, it was just right across the street or right there. And I was like, well, do you want me to stop here and go on over there? And she said, yeah. And she said, then you can go back or whatever if you got time. And so I told the lady, I was like, I'm really sorry. You know, I said, I'll be back though. What time do you close? I'll be right back. I said, I just need to run across the street real quick and I'll be right back. And so I went across the street to Bank of America.
And you already had your account open with Bank of America, correct?
Yes.
Okay, go there.
And I went and told the guy that I needed to withdraw money and everything. And then
How much was that?
10 grand. And
Okay, well, say that one more time.
10 grand, that's what she told me. She told me to try to get.
Told you to get $10,000.
Yes, they told me at least to try to get that.
Okay.
Because that's what they had told me when I opened up the account, that they would have at the bank, that I would be
Right.
able to get out.
The most you could get out.
Right.
Okay.
And so they told me to just get that out.
Let me ask you something off the subject real quick. Okay, Courtney? What did your brother Brett tell you that he did to Gail?
He didn't tell me that.
What did he tell you?
He didn't tell me anything. I mean, that he just told me that they were, because I asked him when he called it, you know, he called to check on me or whatever while I was at the passport place, and I asked him, you know, what was going on, you know, if he was okay or whatever, and he said yeah, and he said he was fine.
Because he was still over at her house when he called you?
I don't know, you know, I have no proof. I do not know that myself.
He had to told you something that he done. He didn't tell you that he did anything to that lady.
That in the vehicle, she is the one who said, you know, about the murder.
She
Whatever. He never said anything.
He never said anything? What did she say?
That you know, that they murdered her.
Is that what she said? How'd she put it?
They murdered her.
They murdered her? And Brett never said nothing?
She was dead.
She was dead? Alright, so Brett never said nothing. What did the other dude, the black dude that was in, what did he say?
I never seen him after that.
After what?
He wasn't at the house when I got home from Atlanta.
Wow.
They had already beat me there, and that's why I didn't understand everything.
Who had already beat you there?
Well, Tracy and Brett, I was supposed to pick Tracy up from work.
So how did she get home?
I don't know.
Did you have her car?
Yes.
You had her car?
Yes.
So she had to have gotten there by somebody else.
Yeah. She said, she sent me a text saying, don't worry, you know, I got a friend picking me up. I'll just see you at the house. Be safe. And I said, okay. And I don't know how my brother got home. I really don't know any of that. And the guy came over to the house later on that night and and they went straight into the bathroom and was talking and everything. And like I said, it had already seemed weird to me. Everything was already seeming weird because they weren't talking to me. They weren't, everybody.
But you already knew the lady was dead at this point.
Just from what they had told me, I didn't believe them. I didn't think she was really dead. I didn't.
You already knew that they were going to hold her up was already taking place. You knew that they had accomplished that mission.
You had
No,
money.
I didn't know that.
But you knew that money was already being put in that account.
No.
When was
No,
that?
I just knew I was going to set up the accounts. I didn't.
No, by the time
when
you
it
got
was-
back, because you just said to me that you went
Yeah,
to Bank of
but-
America to take out $10,000 in Atlanta.
Right. She told me to do that, but they had said it wasn't posted yet, and
So you weren't able to get any money.
right, And
Okay.
so, but she thought that as soon as she wired it, I could just go and get it straight
So you knew
out.
she had already wired it?
From her telling me to go.
So you knew this had already done took place?
The the wire, that's it. But when she said, go.
Well, if you knew the
To
wire,
the Bank
Courtney,
of
if you
America.
knew the wire was taking place, then you already knew all this other stuff was taking place too, sweetheart, okay?
What do you mean the other
you-
stuff?
No, I got it.
No, I mean,
I gotta step out from there. You can keep going over there. We'll be right back with you.
Give me just a second.
okay.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm trying to be as honest and
No,
everything.
we're not
I
saying,
just
we're fine, okay? We're fine. We'll be back in just a second.
okay.
Excuse me. All right, so where were we?
Seemed like y'all were done.
No, I just had to use the restroom real quick, excuse me. So when did you find out when did you find out when the money was in the accounts?
Um,
They hadn't posted already before you couldn't pull it out, right? So when were you able to start pulling the money out? Friday night? Saturday? Had to have been Saturday. Or I mean, you could have pulled them out Saturday, I'm sure, right? Friday night? What did y'all do when you got back to
because Friday I left.
That's
I
right,
left Friday.
you left from over Tracy's Friday?
Yeah.
Who's there?
A lot of people, but they had left before me to go.
Oh, they left and went bowling.
Well, I mean, it was
Tracy.
our kids and friends.
So after Brett, where was Brett at?
He was there. But
Did he go bowling? Excuse me. Huh?
he said he was going to.
So after all this is said and done, and that they end up killing Gail Spencer, so they go bowling.
They all went bowling, yeah.
They all went bowling. What'd you go do?
I left. I mean, I was freaking out. I was tired, exhausted, and I
What were
just
you-
wanted to go to sleep. And
Where'd you go?
just, I got my ex to come and pick me up
Why were you freaking out?
just because what all was going on and
You
how
said,
they were acting,
how were they acting?
just weird towards me.
Like what, though?
Um,
An example.
well, they were, all three of them were being, I don't know, it just kind of seemed like they were being secretive about some things, and like there was a bunch of stuff I didn't know that was going on.
So that catch you paranoid.
Yeah, and how everybody was just being at the house, her, kids and their
They live there. Of course
friends
they're
and
gonna be there.
everything, they were just all looking at me like,
Like you just
it was-
killed somebody.
Yeah, like I did something or that
Right.
everything was, that they were, look, haha, we just got her to go do all this and everything, and we're gonna mess her up or whatever.
Hmm?
Put it all on me or whatever.
Oh, so you feeling that way, like they were gonna put it all on you.
Yeah, that's how
So
I was.
you booked it, got out of there.
Well, no, I didn't book it and got out of there. I just left because I had planned on just going to sleep and just sleeping it off. But then I felt like if I did that, then
You can't sleep murder off, Courtney.
I did not believe that at all. I did not at all
You thought
believe
they were
that.
lying.
I did not even know about it or anything. And so,
Have you told anybody else about this? Anyone?
I mean, I told Travis somewhat because,
Travis.
yes,
Who's Travis?
my ex,
Travis who?
Neil.
What did you tell him?
I just told him, I said, I can't tell you a whole lot. I don't want to tell you really anything because I didn't want him to be, you know, I didn't want anything to come at him.
We started getting there. Got off.
I didn't want anything to come at him with my brother and everything just because of I felt like at the apartment I was being watched, that because I was the source to getting the money. And so if I left, they couldn't
Get the money.
get it. Or actually go inside and withdraw it.
How did they keep her there, Gail, at the house?
I don't know.
How did they discuss keeping her there then?
They didn't.
You mean to tell me that they never told you how they kept her there?
No.
Well,
That's
okay.
what
But they started to tell you a little bit about what they did. Okay, right?
no, they just told me that.
Because Tracy,
they
you said
murdered
earlier,
her.
that Tracy said to Brett, "Are you going to tell her what happened?"
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
You
just
just made that
that
statement.
they murdered her. And
Okay.
that was it.
Now, who said they murdered her?
Tracy.
Tracy said. So Brett didn't say that.
No. Right.
Okay. So you have it from her. I'm just verifying.
Yes.
Is that correct? She didn't say what led up to that, or how long they kept her there, or what means they used to keep her there. They didn't tell you. Let me just say this, okay? Brett has already given us.
That's fine. I don't know.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
We've
he's
already got
confessed.
statements from
Yeah,
Brett
he's already
and
confessed.
Tracy on everything that happened. So whatever you're telling isn't hurting them.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
They
if you-
they didn't. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was telling him. When that guy came over later on that night before they went bowling, they went off into the bathroom and stayed in there and was talking. And I sent him a text and said, "I would like to take a shower, please." And he came out and everything. And then when I had left that,
Did they say they took anything from the house?
no,
You sure?
yes,
Did you ever see any like a purse or something that you never seen over at Tracy's house?
wallet.
Wallet? Yeah, wallet.
No.
Particular cell phone?
a phone. That's what I was supposed to say. A phone now. When not too long after I got home from Atlanta, she said, "Come on, we need to take a ride or whatever," to Brett, and I just stayed sitting there and everything, and he was like, "Come on, get your butt in the back seat," and I was like, "Okay," and so I just went and got in, and they were talking and everything, and then we were riding, and I seen she had a phone in her hand or whatever, and she was wiping it off or whatever, and I didn't know.
Did you ever seen that phone before?
No, but the day before, her son had said had called her and asked her where her flip phone was, though. So I kind of thought maybe it was her
Is that the
old
kind of phone
Was
one.
that the kind of phone it was? Flip
Yeah.
phone?
And she was wiping it off with what?
A jacket, I think.
Like, show me, like, how is she wiping it off?
She was just wiping.
With her thumb? Show us, like, okay, so
She was just wiping it, you know?
you said with her jacket a second ago.
Right.
So what do you mean? Like the jacket was in her hand and she was wiping it, or was it
She
sleeve?
wiping it down, honey.
Yes, she was like this, wiping.
Like she was trying to get her prints off of it. Did she ever touch it again?
Uh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because she said, you know, at the or whatever, and tossed it out.
She tossed the phone out the window?
Yes.
Where at?
So she said, fuck it. You said F it, but I need the word.
Yeah.
She said, fuck it.
I think she did. Yeah.
Something along the line.
Yeah, because I mean we were leaving.
I need the road to think really hard about what road that was on.
I know. Where were we at? Because I wasn't even paying attention.
Think really hard.
I want to say maybe going towards where they're working on that, the road they've been working on for a while, and it's like
You're talking about like headed toward Houston Avenue? I mean, toward Houston County?
Maybe where they're.
Well,
Yeah,
they
it's
do it-
gotta be. It's gotta
Where
be.
you got a road that goes this way and you got a road that comes this way, right?
Yeah,
On
they're
two
doing
separate
all
sides,
that
doing all the
work.
construction.
Yeah.
And then if you cross over, you're in the Houston County.
Yeah.
Okay, so just do it out on Houston Road. But we're out on Houston Road because Houston Road's kind of long.
Over the they were crossing over the bridge part.
Okay, same place where your brother threw the gun. Did your brother throw something out the window?
There was a gun.
Do what now?
There was a gun.
What color was the phone? Black phone? You've never seen it before? Did you ever see Tracy using that phone?
That's the first time I seen it.
She just pulled it out?
Yeah, it started wiping. And she told me that it was that lady's phone.
She told you that was that lady's phone?
Yeah.
What else did she tell you about that?
Nothing.
You must have asked her, so whose phone's that?
No, I didn't ask any questions.
She just said, this is that lady's.
Well, she didn't say this is that lady's phone. She said, you know, this is her phone.
Y'all must have been talking about the murder.
They were talking about it here and there, but I wasn't really paying attention. And
But you had to have heard they're talking about a murder, Courtney. Listen
They
to
weren't
me.
talking about the murder though.
Yeah,
They had just told me that.
They were, but you heard them discussing it.
No, not what was going. No, not what he did. Nothing. They were just talking about how he,
Well, enlighten me. Tell me what you heard them say. How about that?
I just heard, bits and pieces there about how, it was, scary, but then, it was, that they, they didn't like, they had to not look over there or something, that, if they seen her, it would kind of make them cry or whatever, but they were, laughing and making other fun, comments to kind of
Like what?
make it. I really can't remember. I really can't
Thank
recall
for me,
any
Courtney.
of that.
Thank you, Courtney.
Like I said, I was not really paying
Thank
attention.
for me.
Let me ask you this. Can you tell us when you knew that they had killed her?
When we went on that ride, is when they told me. When she went to throw out that phone.
What day was
when
that?
they told me.
What day was that?
Friday. When I got back from Atlanta, and we were at the house. I was at the house because I don't know how long they had been there or nothing. I don't know what they did or anything while I was gone. But was there not too long, maybe about 15 minutes or whatever.
Do you know about what time you got back from Atlanta? That was early evening time? Was it getting dark? Starting to get dark.
6 or 7 afternoon. And then you guys go for a ride. Y'all were heading toward Houston County. Did y'all go all the way into Houston County?
No, I don't think so. I think we turned around and then crossed as we were coming back over the bridge when she drove out.
Okay.
Alright, so during the conversation, the bits and pieces that you heard, what could you gather from what they said on who did and what? Alright. You know what I mean? So what did Tracy do? What did Brett do? What did the other guy do? And what did you do?
She was supposedly at work doing the transfers. She didn't say really what she was doing. I mean, she didn't talk about anything that she had done other than she was, a nervous wreck or whatever the whole entire time up there. And he just talked about how they told me how they got in. That's when I found out, how they did it, how they got into the house. They told me that they went there, she parked down the road and walked up there, said her car was broke down, and but she said something, I can't remember what she said, maybe She wouldn't answer at first or something, so she had to go move the car to a different spot because too many, it was sitting there too long or something. But she said she had to move her car to a different spot and then walk back to the house. And she answered, and that's when she went to the kitchen. They came in, and then she said she left and came back to the house. That's
She
all
left.
that they
But Brett
stayed.
and Anthony stayed.
Yeah,
Or the
I
black-
don't,
I'm sorry, the
I don't
black
know
guy.
his
The
name.
black. You're
Yes.
right. Okay. So basically, the only part you know Brett and the other guy did is they kept her at the house.
Yes.
Tracy dropped him off. Tracy went to work, and she started doing the transfers. Well, that's when she gave you the directions on where to open up accounts. When did she give you those directions?
That morning on
Friday morning?
yes.
Okay.
What she had told me that night or Thursday night where she wanted me to go to, what bank she wanted me to go to.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then so Friday morning, we kind of pre-talked about what bank or whatever I needed to go to. She was, telling me, and so dropped her off, and then I said, "Eric, call me and thanks." And then I had to go to a cleaner.
And you came back? Back to,
I went straight back to the apartment.
and then who all was there?
Tracy and Scotty were sitting on the first 3 steps, and then his girlfriend and other brother and friends were on the other step.
Was Brett there still?
Brett wasn't there.
And then,
He was there, but the other guy wasn't there.
black guy,
Right.
he's already gone.
Yeah, his bike wasn't there. Nothing. He was
Bike? Like a motorcycle bike?
Uh,
What's that motorcycle look like?
it's red.
Red?
Is it like a sport bike?
Crotch rocket? Anything in particular about it? Where do you live at?
Red,
Macon or Warner
black.
Robins? Oh, black dude.
I don't know. I think Macon. I think.
Why, what makes you think Macon?
Because when I was staying at my dad's and my cousin Jenny had showed me a picture of Brett and that guy was in it. So
The picture?
Yeah.
So what made you believe that what, how's that lead you to believe that was in Macon?
well, because I knew my brother.
And who had that picture?
I don't know. Well, it's on his Facebook.
Is that black dude pictures on Facebook?
I think so. That's where she pulled it.
Whose Facebook? Hers?
Well, she pulled it up on her Facebook.
From her?
Yeah.
What's
but
Jenny's
on
last
his-
name?
Excuse me.
Pruitt.
Jenny Pruitt?
Yeah.
Spell Pruitt for me.
P-R-U-I-T-T.
Pruitt. All right, well, good deal. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Where all you been this weekend? Last few days? On Robbins? Where you been spending money at?
Walmart.
Kind of go over. Kind of just. I know you're not gonna remember what things you exactly you spent money on, but tell me where you went, about how much money you spent, what kind of stuff were you buying? 'Cause there was a lot of money spent. So kind of go over that with me. You can start with Walmart. K's.
K's, or you mean? Okay.
Like K's
Yeah.
Jewelers.
Jewelers, yeah.
What'd you get there? I bet you remember that one. Got a watch. You know how much it was?
Exactly.
I mean, about. You can ballpark it. I'm not gonna hold you to the penny.
All right.
$500.
More than that.
Where's the watch at? Is that curiosity?
At the hotel. Okay. Who'd you buy the watch for? Know yourself. How much you pay for it? Pretty expensive one? You went through all this trouble, you might as well get yourself something nice, right? You didn't know it was that expensive? He just wants a roundabout figure. Like, was it $800, $1,000? Was it $2,000? Was it a $5,000 watch? $1,000?
Where else did you go? What do you think? You remember what you got there? That's it. How much money do you think you spent there?
I think. Maybe $80.
Okay.
Okay. Where else did you go?
Where'd you get it off of Steve at?
Little covers, those clear film covers.
Screen protectors.
Yeah.
That's it.
A pack of pens or whatever.
Where'd you get a pack of pens for? Okay.
I mean,
So Office Depot and then where to?
Where else?
at Marriott.
How many nights did you stay there?
Um,
Sunday or Monday?
Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday. Well,
Yeah, gotcha.
yeah, checked out.
You checked out, or did you check back in?
Did I check out?
you checked out this morning?
He's asking me.
Yes. Yes.
You did check back in?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
Where were you staying at tonight?
The country.
Country Inn Suites.
Yeah.
How much was your room at the Marriott? You remember?
One
Total or per night?
nine.
And tonight? How much is that? Well, I'm gonna say that you went on quite a little spending spree. It's
Yeah.
not quite all adding up. I mean, we know that there's a lot of money spent. So, what are you leaving out here?
Outside of, look, Courtney, look at that. How much dope did you buy? I mean, I know you do. I know you do. I know you
Right,
do drugs.
But
Okay.
I didn't buy it.
Well, how much did you send someone out to get?
I didn't send anyone to get any nothing.
How much money did you give someone to go buy drugs?
I did not.
I mean, I don't care. We're not arresting you
Right,
for
I
drugs.
know, I understand that, but I did not
Did you go and buy it?
go and buy.
Yeah.
No.
So you mean to tell me that you got all
If
this
she
money?
says anything else.
You mean to tell me that you haven't went and bought no,
No, I haven't bought it.
because meth, right?
Hmm?
Ice.
I haven't bought anything.
I'm asking, is that what you do?
No.
So you don't do drugs at all?
No. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and admit to any of that because
Oh, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I wasn't gonna. You're not gonna get in no trouble for that, okay? And yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about the meth, okay?
I mean,
No.
no, I didn't use any money to buy any of that or nothing.
No, I mean
No.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So what all have you spent the money on? Because it was quite, like you said, it's quite a little spending spree.
Just stuff.
Like what?
Just things from different stores here and there.
It was quite a chunk. What were some big investments that you made?
The biggest was K Jewelers.
The most that you spent was 1,000.
No, it was.
It was how much?
I got 2 watches.
How much did that total up?
It was like three something,
3 as in
3,000.
3,000. Who's that other watch for?
Just for a friend.
Does he have that watch? Who has the watches? What else is at the hotel?
Shoes.
Alright. What else?
Suitcase.
How much did that suitcase set you back, man? Suitcases are expensive,
No,
right?
they were expensive.
Yeah, how much did that one run you?
6.
Wow.
Everything
You like the zebra print? What else we got? You going out buying any TVs or anything?
No. The iPad.
Where'd you get that from?
And that was probably the biggest thing.
How much did that one set you back? $1,000 for the iPad, baby?
Or iHome.
iPad or iHome, something like that?
Yeah, it's an iPad, but it was the iHome 2 thing or something
Okay.
like that.
That was 1,000? Somewhere in there. Okay. I'm just waiting to keep on. Has to be more. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a break. And I'm gonna let you think about some of the other expensive items that you bought, okay? and I'll be back. All right? Courtney. All right. Just want to go over some things, and then we're gonna be done. Okay? I just want to verify some stuff. Let's see. So, about a week ago, your brother Brett Kelly asked you about, could you just leave some things, leave everything and just take off and go, right? Right? Yeah. Did he ever mention where? Like, where would y'all want to go out of country? Anywhere in particular? What country?
No, not really.
Or out of the United States, anywhere?
Yeah, in the United States. Canada.
Canada? Was that the plan?
Yeah, from what I know, yeah, Canada was where?
Canada? Okay. So, and basically, would you give up everything for $1 million when it's supposed to be $1 million?
I think so.
Okay. And who brought up the $1 million? Brett or Tracy?
That's what Brett said.
Brett said.
Yeah, but he was for sure.
You were present, or you were part of a conversation where they were going to go to this lady's house that Tracy works with and hold her there so that Tracy could transfer money from her employer into an account or accounts, right? And on all this was supposed to take place on Friday. And then Friday, Tracy told you Thursday that she wanted you to go and open up accounts at these banks. Is that correct?
Right.
And then on Friday, you went and opened up these accounts, right?
Yes.
And then Friday.
I just noticed that this has to be on the same day that they interviewed her brother, because he has his tie off and he's wearing the same shirt. And remember, he took his tie off to prove that he didn't have a mic. And he don't have his tie on now, so it must have been later in the day.
After doing so, you went up to Atlanta and picked up the passports. And did you pick up all of them?
Yes.
All 3 of them?
Yes.
You still have your passport?
Yes.
Okay. Where's that at?
At the hotel.
At the hotel? Do you know what happened to Tracy and Brett?
No.
Okay.
I gave them to them.
Okay.
They wanted mine, but
They wanted your passport? Okay. Now Friday morning, you know that Tracy, Brett, and a black male went to the lady's house, right?
I do not know for sure.
You don't know
But
for
they
sure.
weren't at the house.
Okay, that they were not at the house. About what time was that when you woke up? About
About 6 the second time.
6
And
o'clock they were
Brett-
gone.
Yeah, Brett was up and then I fell asleep and they were gone.
Okay.
So. But that's where they were supposed to be going, but I don't know for sure what they did.
And Tracy told you that she knocked on the door, she went in, and then that's when the black male and Brett followed in behind her.
Yes. She
Okay.
said she went to the kitchen and left the front door unlocked, and not too long after she came in, because when the lady went to her bedroom, Tracy sent them a text or something, and to let them know.
Okay. And then, of course, later on that day, Friday, after you get back from Atlanta, Tracy at the apartment, and then you, Tracy, and Brett go for a ride down Houston Road toward Houston County, right?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. And that's when Tracy tells you that they killed her, referring to the lady's house they went to, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's also when you guys were on the way. Tracy took a phone, wiped it down, and then she basically said, fuck it, and threw it out of the window.
Yeah, well, she didn't, she was talking about, you know, not wanting to put prints back on it or whatever, cause Brett was gonna throw it out or whatever, cause he was gonna take it from her and just throw it out, and she said, you know, well, whatever, threw it out.
And she told you that that was the lady's phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Now, if I got it correctly, Tracy told you to go to the BB&T Bank, which you did, the one in Atlanta, but you never opened up an account there.
Right.
Alright, but you did go here in Macon and open up an account at SunTrust, correct?
Yes.
And Bank of America?
Yes.
Okay. And of course, you used Tracy's car and all this to do all these transactions. In fact, that Friday morning after when she got back to the apartment, Brett and this black guy was not with her. And that was around what time in the morning? 7:30, 8 o'clock. Somewhere around that. And then you took her to work.
Right.
And she got somebody to bring her home.
Right, that's what she said.
Okay. But you don't know how your brother got back home?
No. I don't, she sent me a text saying a friend was picking her up. That's it. I don't know.
And you also said that when you guys were riding that Friday afternoon down Houston Road, that Brett and Tracy were up front. They were kind of laughing and joking about what had happened, the murder.
Well, not really laughing and joking about it. Kind of being serious, but I guess trying to,
Play it off?
yeah.
Now, the black male that was also taken, that Tracy took over there with Brett to the house, or that was part of this, your cousin, Jenny Pruitt, has a picture of Brett and this guy, the same person, right?
I believe it's the same person on there. I'm not really sure because I didn't really get a good, like, I didn't ever talk to him or anything. He just came over and he just kind of hung around and then kind of passed out on the couch. But I never talked to him or anything like that.
You spent money, Tracy transferred monies over into these accounts that you opened up, right? Okay. And you have withdrawn monies from those accounts and used them for your own personal gain, correct? Okay. And you've went to Walmart, K Jewelers, Academy, Office Depot. You've rented motel rooms at the Marriott, Country Inn and Suites. Is that all correct? All right. You bought 2 watches from K Jewelers. You said they cost about $3,000. Is that correct?
Together.
Okay. You bought a suitcase at Walmart for $60. You bought an iPad 2 for $1,000. Is that all that correct? Okay. And you knew these were monies that were transferred, that Tracy transferred from her employer called her Pinkston's accounts into the accounts that she had you go open up, right? You did know that? From her employer's accounts.
No, I didn't know that. No.
You knew where the monies were coming from.
No. No. She said it was coming in.
Hmm?
It was a wire transfer.
That's what I'm saying, wired. It was, but you knew that it was being wired from these accounts at her boss's office to the bank. Okay? Where did you think the money was
From what she was saying, it was coming to the business. But yes,
There
I
were
know,
monies
I
that were
know
coming
where
to
it was.
the you knew where the money was coming from.
Right, I knew she was wiring. I knew she was at her work wiring it to these accounts.
Right.
But I don't know. I just know she was at her work doing it. I don't know where the money was coming from or anything like that,
Okay.
or what kind of account or nothing. I don't.
I think that'll cover it. Now let me ask you something, Courtney. Just for the record. Okay. I haven't promised you anything today, and you hear it with you giving this statement, right? I didn't make any promises to you. You haven't been threatened or coerced into making these statements today, have you? Okay. And everything that you've said here today is, to the best of your knowledge, true. Okay. All right. Hold tight, and I'll be right back with you. All right.
Am I allowed to make a phone call?
Give me just a second, because that phone I don't think is working right now.
Okay. I just want to call my mom.
Okay. Okay. You ready? Listen now, because I'm about to walk out, because I don't need you. You gotta understand. This cord doesn't work.
Okay.
So you gotta hit the speaker button, okay? Hit the speaker button. 8. Now give me your mom's phone number.
256-4730.
3014. You can talk to her all you want. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, you've reached Michelle. I'm unavailable. Please leave a message at the tone. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey Mom, it's Courtney. Kind of in some trouble right now, I guess, but I don't know. Anyways, I know I haven't talked to you in a couple of days. I love you, and I'll contact you when I can. Love y'all. Bye. Have you talked to my mom? Alright, well,
Okay.
no, where are you at? Your uncle's or my Robin's? Huh?
Robert?
Oh, never mind then. I was just needing somebody to go get my stuff for me. It's okay.
You're not in there. Not in there.
Nothing. I don't know. I got arrested for murder. I don't know.
What?
Arrested for murder. I don't know. But I'm just trying to get in touch with somebody that can get my stuff for me from the room. Because I don't want to lose all my clothes.
Boy, is it young lady? Big guy?
What?
Good. They allow it?
Well, I don't know. The guy who picked me up told the hotel lady that my mom was going to come and get my stuff for me. I don't know. But I think they're supposed to go over there and, like, search through whatever, search through my stuff. But, I mean,
Where are you at now?
I'm at the investigators, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not at the police station yet.
You got moved up on?
Yes.
All right, well,
Alright. Well, huh? Okay, well, I probably won't get another opportunity. So, but, did you get taffy?
no, but
No.
please let me know what county you're in.
Why?
Because
I mean, it's, alright, well, don't worry about it. Yeah. Alright. Love you, bro.
Hi, you've reached Gail.
Courtney, do you remember your social security number?
258.
87. We'll call you Eyes. Hazel. Okay. Any questions? No?
Well, you made it to the end again, my friends. Thank you for that. I'm glad you watched this video, and I'm glad you care about my intros and outros. Courtney pled guilty, and she received life in prison, but she has a chance of parole after about 30 years. Tracy pled guilty, and she got life in prison with no chance of parole. Michael Brett Kelly pled guilty, and he got life in prison without any chance of parole. Next up in this series is Keith Dozier. He's the only one that took it to trial and pled not guilty, and that's exactly who we're going to hear from next in this series. You don't want to miss that episode. Please make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. I'm going to be doing a live premiere as I always do, and I'll personally be chatting in the chat box with each one of you. Until next time, remember to stay safe out there because you know It's a dangerous world.
Well, this is the second in the Gail Spencer murder trial. It looks like there's going to be a fifth. I'll try to record the third and fourth tonight. If not, tomorrow. But I will, as soon as the fifth one comes out, I'll write 5 on it so you guys will know. And that's about it. Make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, and please send this over all your YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of your accounts to help it get seen. And thank you very much for watching. This is Dean saying have a good day, and I'll see you next video.